Okay, so excuse the mess, but this is what I'm going to be cutting. And the darker blue is score and the green is engrave. So I'm going to draw a square around it. And the size is 22 inches by almost 16 inches tall. I don't know what that converts to in metric. My piece of wood is 24 by 24 inches. So over here, I've got my green is the engrave. So I've got that set at 350, 40. If you double click on that, you'll open this up. So if you're engraving fine, you really don't want to see a bunch of lines in the engraving, you bump this up. You can go as high as like, 600 if you want to. I'm just going to leave it because it's just a couple of words. The purple is my score. So there's just going to be like a line on the wood. And then there's my cutting. So the first one's set there. So these dots down here, the job origin, I always start my job up in the top corner. So this dot's going to tell you where your laser's going to start. So if you can imagine, this is the upper right, the middle of my wood, the upper left, the middle, and then lower right, lower left. So that's how I set that. So I'm going to send it to the machine. Say OK. Yes, file exists. So I'm going to come over here. You can see where I have my laser head. That's where I want my cutting to start. So, and this is what determines your origin. Up here is what determines where you started. So if I push this button, I'm going to move my head over. And then when I push the origin button, it locks it in place. So I can move this all the way down here, but when I hit the escape button, it's going to take it right back where I started. So I'm going to go over a little bit, start it right there. So I'm going to lock it in place. So now I'm going to bring my job up. So it's menu or enter. Enter. Hang on. I'm sorry. Menu, go down to file, hit enter, enter again. So there's what I'm going to cut and score and engrave. So this right here is called the frame. That's the middle button. So watch what happens when I frame it. That's telling me that's how much wood I'm going to use to cut this piece. And that's where it's going to start. So I'm going to close my lid. And I'm going to push my start button. And now it's engraving my words that I want.